equal to? Now I have z. How do I get my z? Raise your hand, anyone. Not you again, Lasan. Netanya.
200 equals 2z.
What is that? Every line begins with the relation, not substitution. It's just.
Oh.
Did I write here 160 plus y equals to 360 first?
So, wait, what? Y equals to 2z.
Does everybody agree with that? Good. So the first thing would be y is equal to 2z. Then we substitute 200 is equal to 2z. Then you can write finally z is equal to 100. So this is after this, in that order. Okay? It's a similar thing here. Can I do angle at the center, angle at the circumference with x and 100?
No.
Speak again? No. What do you propose I do? Let's start with you.
You find like the outside.
This one? You find the obtuse angle beside 100. If this was PQR, this is obtuse POR. This is, this is reflex POR. This is obtuse POR, because both of them are POR. So you use the word obtuse and reflex to differentiate between the two. Mr. Tomash, am I going too fast?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Megan, am I going too fast? You sure? Garis? Are you? Everything good? Okay, great. So, you find this first. So one thing I will encourage you to do in IGCSE exam, because this picture will have been drawn for you. Okay? If all these PQR are not present, you can just label this yourself and call it maybe Y. Let's see that label. Then you work out Y, then you use that to get your X. Is that understood? So if I label this, how do I work out my Y? Together, everybody. Y equals. Who is that saying equals? I just told you you have to write the relation first. Yes, again. Plus. Please stop saying something equals directly. That's like going straight to the answer. So y is equal to 360 minus 100, and then y is equal to 260. Now that we get our y out of the way, yes? Y equals to? Why is it not x equals to y? Gilly?
You were finding y and the unknown is on the left-hand side.
No, but the unknown wasn't on the left-hand side here. Anyone else? Javino?
Stating the theorem.
Say that again?
Stating the theorem.
Stated on the theorem. So, you're only speaking halfway. You're making me assume what you meant. Yes, sir?
Y is in the center of the circle.
Y is the center of the circle. The statement says angle at the center. And that's the first one you write, not because it's the unknown. Angle at the center. That's the first one. Twice angle on the circumference. That's why we have this, not because y is unknown. Alright? So, y is now 260 equals 2x. Then you can flip it. X is equal to 130 degrees. Any questions? So can you go to your page 2 and look at the first 2 questions? You can actually do the first 4 if you have time. But do the first 2 on the left column. Do the first, oh wait, oh, it's not the same question. Okay, that's 100, that's one thing. Do the first 2 here. If you have time, then come here. You can't have 2 unknown, can you? So you shouldn't start from x plus y. Collaborate with your friend if you need to. Ask me a question if you need to. Something like can use that. Yes. Yes, please. Very good, very good, very good. Impressive. Are you lefty? Or are you just trying to be lefty? You are? Really? Don't use O. Avoid using O as a variable. O is the center. O is not the angle. O is always the center, not the angle. You can see here, the angle is X, but O is indicated. Okay? So don't use O. And also notice that in some people's work in the class, opposite, during the Socatoire, guys, do not use O as a variable when solving problem. I noticed that during your Socatoire worksheet, some people writing sine theta is equal to O over maybe 50. Then O is equal to 50 sine something. That O can be misinterpreted as 0. So avoid using O. If you want to write a variable, you can write maybe OPP. So we know this is opposite, not letter O. Understand? Or you can call it another variable, X or Y or Z. Even if it is not given to you, you can write it in the diagram and use it in your calculation. And also, I noticed one other thing. One second. I noticed one other thing. Some of you are using the same variable twice in the same question. Look at this. Look at this, for example. I think there was a question that looks like this. Maybe I'm trying to find out the distance between A, B. But there are different calculations here. So I expect you to maybe get this one, and add together. Understand? So I noticed some people calling this X and this X. Automatically, you are saying they are equal. So if you call this X, maybe you call this Y. If you are so eager to use X, then call it X1 and X2. But don't use the same variable. Somebody did that. I know it's a minor blunder, but it's not a good way to present your solution. Okay? Yes, you are going to ask something.
Like showing the relationship really directly my y is equal to 2 times 100.
Y is equal to 2 times
100.
yes.
Oh,
That's it. Then your Y will be equal to 220. Okay? Very good. That's it. The first thing is, that's what everybody did as well. Very good. You know? Done with that? With the first two. You want to try this one? I have waiting for others.
Yes, sir.
Question? No?
Daniel, I think we kind of touched on this last year, but we can go in depth.
Okay. That's all right. Yes, sir. Of course. Okay, we have about 7 minutes of discussion time, so please pay attention. So this is the second and the last one for today. The others we will do a few on Thursday, and half of the class again we do revision. And if need be, maybe I'll do the last one on Friday, half of the class also for revision. And Saturday will be only for revision. Please consult with your notebook. All these questions that we are giving you for revision, they are in your notebook. All right? And there's nothing wrong in Manuela setting up a Zoom over the weekend with Corinne, and you guys can practice over Zoom. There's nothing wrong in it. There's nothing wrong in meeting somewhere at the park and discussing these questions together. I need you to be well prepared for your exam on Tuesday. Okay? All right. Angles in the same segment are equal. It's as simple as that. That's the second statement. Angles in the same segment are always equal. What do we mean by the same segment? If I draw a line, remember we talked about it, this is a segment and this is a segment, right? all the angles that are formed here with these two origins must be the same angle. By that I mean, if I join this to this and I form maybe angle 40, if I move this here to back to this place, this must also be 40. Okay? If I do another from here back to this place, this must also be 40. As long as they have the same source and they are all in the same segment, the angles at that circumference must always be the same value. Okay? If I come down, this is a different segment, right? And I join this to this. These two must also be the same value. But usually you won't see this line. Okay? Usually you won't see that line. So usually this is what you see. The line can be seen here. Pretend the line is here. Then these are in the same segment, right? And these two will be equal. Are you with me? So if this is A, then this must be what? A. If the segment is here, if this is the segment this time, then we are talking about these two angles are equal as well. So if this is B, then this will also be B. If this is X, all this must be X. If this is Y, the second is also Y. They are equal because they are angles in the same segment. That's what the theorem says. So let's look at, so again, the clue. The only difference is the third clue to this one. Same origin, same direction. In this case, they are all on the circumference. But in this one of them is on the center, one of them is on the circumference for this first one. In this question also, how do you know this is likely the theorem? You don't see that letter O that's representing the center because we don't have any business with center. Is that clear? Even if you see letter O, it may just be there as information for another thing entirely, but not for this theorem. So let's look at the first one quickly. Can somebody tell me what is A? 50. You agree?
Yes.
What about B? And the reason is they are all angles on the same segment. So when you write in the exam, you write A is equal to 50 degrees, B is equal to 50 degrees. The reason is the same angles in same segment. You don't even need to say they are equal. Just say angles in the same segment. Oh, the reason is because the angles in the same segment. Basically, or you can take your time and say angles in the same segment are equal. Either way is fine. Let's look at this. Okay, this first. Which one is easier to figure out? X. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
What is the value of X? 120. X and 120 come from here. Both of them facing the same direction. Both of them on the circumference. So the invisible line of segment is here. So this is a minor segment, a major segment. So yes, they are angles in the same segment. Understand? So X is equal to 50. Let's write that. X is equal to 50 because they are angles in the same segment. Okay? Now, to get Y, how do we do it? What? Oh, my bad, sorry. Your brain is not, people's brain is not reliable. Mine is not either. Okay. How do we get Y? Raise your hand. Yes, Davina?
Why is it the angle around Y?
I said use a word.
Find the reflex.
The reflex. Okay? The reflex with Y. How do we find that? What do we do first?
State the theorem.
Say that again?
State the theorem.
Before then? Yes, sir.
Give a name to the
Give it a name. Label it. So maybe we call it W. So we figure W out first. I know W plus Y is equal to 360. Is that how I get my Y? Why? Why not?
You don't know.
Two unknown. I like that. You don't know Y yet. You don't know W yet. So you have to first figure out W in another way. Which other way is that? Oh, so many hands. Okay. We use the first theorem. Now this is angle at the center, and this is angle at the circumference. W and 120 originate from here. W is at the center, 120 on the circumference. Are they not facing the same direction? So yes, you can use the first theorem. Okay? This question is just like this. The only difference is we are bringing an extra angle like this. That's the only difference. Hello? So yes, we can do that by saying, oh my God, I have just 2 minutes. Angle at the center, 2 times angle at the circumference. Okay? I'm writing W is equal to 2 times 120 because 120 is there. If this was maybe P, I have to first write that. I prefer it that way. Okay? And then from here, W, you should put the reason for this one. Hello? Hello? Put the reason. So, the reason, the first one. Angle at the center is twice angle on the circumference. Then W is equal to 240 degrees. Now that we have our W, we can now get our Y. Yes? So we can say that what? Y plus W equals to 360 because of time. Then here you say angles at a point, or sum of angles at a point. That's the reason for that. So we are using 3 different theorems. One from middle school, one from now, and some from now. Do you understand that? So W, so this will be Y plus 240 equals to 360. I'm rushing because of our time. 360 minus 240, then Y is equal to 120. Does this make sense? Talk to me, class.
Yes.
Yes.
Last one, quickly. How do I get my X? We have just 1 minute. Not you. Tomas, try.
Isosceles triangle, so
Isosceles. How do you know it's isosceles?
because
Rule number 1, if you're writing SAT in future, this is how they trick you to think it's isosceles. There's always a label. Diagrams not drawn to scale.
no, but is it not because of the midpoint?
There's no
But how do you know it's midpoint?
Oh, okay.
There's nothing to say it's midpoint. The only thing that is sure in this question is what? That we have parallel line. That's the only thing, and it's indicated. If this was center O, then you can claim your isosceles. Because this will be radius, this will be radius, then you can claim isosceles. But O is not given. Maybe the center is here, you don't know. Yes, anyone else? Yes.
Alternate angle.
Alternate angle. Very good. So which one is that? Let me label it A, B, C, D. So you tell me which one are you talking about?
C.
Angle C is what?
30.
30.
I can't read
That's 25.
25.
So angle C is 25 by alternate angles because of the parallelism. And I think the rest is easy. So what is X? Because X is in the same segment with this. Can you see the trick now? So you use alternate angles first. So what you could do is, angle C is equal to 25 degree alternate angles. Okay? Then X is equal to angle C, which means X is equal to 25 degree angles in same segment. Any question, class? You're going to be using theorem that you learn in P6 in grade 4 in addition with what you have just learned. So it's not just from 3 alone. IGCSE begins from middle school. Understand? Okay, I don't want to delay you further. See you next time. We'll send the video online and I'll send the picture also. Okay? Before you go, in case anybody is working faster, quickly. Again, you don't have to do all this at home, alright? You just keep them for when you have time to review. Take one pass quickly. Take one pass quickly. Once you have a paper, then you can go. Anna, question? Theoretically, but not necessarily. In the question, the reason I want people to write it is because in the exam, they might ask you to state your reason on a different line. But if you're not used to writing it all the time, you may forget the statement. But if on every question you are used to writing it, then you are learning to remember the statement. That's the only reason I'm asking you. Okay? So if in each question you can write it in the bracket, it's fine. If you don't write it, it's fine. Yes, ma'am. Hey, you're passing it out. Where's the worksheet? Come on! Guys, Jenny doesn't have a worksheet. Where is the rest of the worksheet? Hello? The last worksheet just given out now. Somebody has more than one, I'm sure. I print that 25 all the time. You have to? Thank you. Is it complete now? Or what, you have to? Well, if somebody doesn't have one, William, are you sure you have it? Angles in the same segment. Somebody doesn't have angles in the same segment.
Is that why?
I'm not sure, I don't think so. For this one, I printed 25 exactly. Alright, see you tomorrow or next time. You didn't move, they're late. So, stop saying hi when you're already late to class. Move.